All right, so everyone's, talking about The Simpsons and, like, all
Yeah.
their predictions about the future,
Yeah.
Super Bowl winners and presidents. But what if I told you there's this video game franchise, right?
Right.
That gives The Simpsons a run for its money in the whole predicting the future thing.
Interesting.
We're diving deep into Metal Gear Solid today.
Okay.
And we've got this article from cracked.com.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
I love Cracked.
They basically say that this action game, this series, has predicted some pretty major real-world events.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
What's really cool about this article is that it's funny,
Yeah.
but it's also got some really smart stuff to say about the games and about Kojima,
Yeah.
the guy who made them.
Right.
It's not like super serious,
Right.
It's
Right.
not like an academic paper or anything.
Right.
But it really does make you think,
Yeah.
like where does fiction end and reality begin?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's cracked. So, there's going to be some jokes.
Right.
But it got me thinking,
Sure.
like, they start with Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake.
Okay.
This game came out in 1990.
Wow.
Way back.
Okay.
And one of the plot points is that they use algae.
Wow.
Algae for fuel.
Algae.
Algae
Wow.
as fuel.
And what's crazy is
Yeah,
it's not like we're all driving algae cars or anything,
right.
but people are actually researching that.
What?
Yeah, it could be a big deal for energy in the future.
See, that's what I love about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like you want to say, oh, it's just a coincidence. Totally.
But then you look at the details and you're like,
It makes you think.
Okay, so the article goes on to Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay.
This came out in 2001.
Okay.
And this is where things get a little strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it talks about things like drones, misinformation online, like fake news, but before that was even a term.
That's so interesting because that was before,
Right.
like, social media even took off.
Exactly. It's like,
It really makes you think about what he saw coming.
it's kind of creepy, honestly.
I bet.
The article even mentions this scene that they cut from the game
What?
before it came out.
What do you mean?
So this scene showed something really bad happening in New York City,
Oh, no.
and they cut it
Wow.
before the game was released.
And when was this? Just a few months before 9/11.
You've got to be kidding me.
It makes you think, right?
It really does.
Like, what if it's
Yeah.
like he was turned into something?
I know what you mean.
Like this anxiety we have about the future.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't saying, this specific thing will happen.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't stop there.
Well, there's more.
2013,
Okay.
Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance.
All right.
Now we're getting into politics a bit.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So in the game, there's this politician.
Yeah.
He's a populist.
Okay.
And his slogan,
Yeah.
Make America Great Again. We're not here to get into politics or anything.
Well, of course not.
But it's just interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Kojima's tapping into these trends,
Yeah.
these things that make people anxious. And then they become huge things,
It's like he's predicting the present in a way.
Right. Exactly.
Is he just really observant, or is something else going on?
And it gets even weirder.
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
Okay. Yeah. Death Stranding. That's a whole other thing.
Right. This game came out in 2019.
Right.
Think about that.
Okay.
2019. Before,
Before COVID.
before lockdowns and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And Kojima makes this game where everyone's isolated.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it,
Right.
but it's not like a normal pandemic or anything.
Okay.
But what's crazy is how it nails the feeling.
Right. It's not just the
Yeah.
actual like being alone part.
Exactly.
It's the like what it does to your head, being cut off like that.
Yeah.
It's deep.
I played it during lockdown.
Yep.
Too real, man.
Seriously.
It's too real.
And the thing is, it came out before,
I know.
like way before.
It's wild.
Like he's predicting how it would feel
Right.
to be cut off like that,
Yeah. And how important it is to,
to connect with people.
yeah, even when everything's falling apart.
Exactly.
Did you-
Finding those connections.
Like, he knew we'd all need to hear that.
In a way, yeah.
And the visuals, man,
Oh, yeah.
so
The
good.
landscapes,
Hey,
they stick with you.
yeah, like the whole world's different now.
Exactly. And that feeling of like, what now?
Yeah, like we don't know what's next.
And that's not just about pandemics.
Right.
That's like a Kojima thing.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
He is.
He is.
He makes you think about choices.
Okay, yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Mhm.
Where are we headed?
It's like he's showing us our own fears
In a way.
about the future.
But there's hope too, though.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, even when things are bad,
People can still come together.
find each other.
It's a powerful message.
It really is.
So we've got algae fuel,
Right.
drones,
Mhm.
pandemics.
That's a lot.
Is this guy psychic or something? Like, seriously.
I don't know about psychic,
But come on.
but he's definitely onto something.
Right. Like you said, he pays attention
He's plugged in
to everything.
to the world.
Yeah.
Tech news culture.
He sees it all.
And then he puts it in his games.
He's not just predicting the future.
Right.
He's like remixing it.
Okay, yeah.
Taking these anxieties, these
Yeah.
new technologies, and turning them into stories
That make you think,
that make you feel
what if?
exactly.
It's like he's saying,
Potential.
yes, exactly. This is important.
This could happen.
And sometimes it does.
That's the thing, right?
Wild.
Art can do that.
Okay, explain that.
It can make you see things differently.
Okay.
Make you question things.
Okay.
Open your mind to possibilities.
And we're talking about a video game series
I know, right?
with giant robots and psychic soldiers.
Exactly.
But it makes you think.
That's the power of it.
Okay, so if this game
Mm-hmm.
can make us think about the world,
Mm-hmm.
what about other stories?
Yeah,
Like, are there other games out there that are doing this too?
I think so.
It's like there's this whole other level.
Yeah, it's like he's hiding stuff in plain sight.
Right.
You've got the action of the store, all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But then underneath,
It's making you think
exactly,
about real stuff.
it's sneaky.
like sneaking vegetables into a smoothie or something.
Like, you get all the good stuff.
But you don't even realize it.
Exactly.
Except in this case, the vegetables are like
Yeah.
big ideas about the future.
It makes you think about the world differently.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're caught up in a story,
Mm-hmm.
you're more open to those ideas.
It's true. And his games,
Yeah,
they really pull you in.
they don't let go.
Makes you realize that games and movies and books,
Yeah.
they're not just for fun.
Right.
They can make you think about serious stuff.
They can be really powerful.
And Metal Gear Solid is a great example
For sure.
on the surface.
It's just action.
Yeah.
But there's so much more going on.
It's about us.
Totally.
What we're afraid of, where we're going.
Exactly.
So next time you're playing a game or whatever,
Yeah.
really pay attention.
Think about what it means.
You might be surprised.
I learned something.
Exactly. And on that note,
Until next time.
keep diving deep.